Okay, so for the handle, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to we're going to start a new, not open. We're going to open a new part, standard millimeter part. Okay. Now for this one, because the handle is a curved shape, this is going to be a little bit interesting. It's actually going to be pretty easy to construct. Okay, it's going to be pretty easy to construct. What we're going to do is this. We're going to start by creating a 2D sketch. I'm going to create it on this horizontal plane here. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to draw a single circle. Okay? I'm going to draw a single circle. What do we know that the radius of this circle is supposed, or the diameter of this circle is supposed to be? From the drawing, what is it supposed to be? Do you see this symbol that has a circle with a dash through it? With a line through it? That means diameter. And what does it say next to that? 3.5. So we have a 3.5 diameter circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a horizontal constraint, so that's always horizontal with my origin. It puts it right along that line. Okay? But now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dimension this from the origin. What do you think, based on that drawing, the dimension should be? What's the total distance from circle to circle, from the center circle to center circle? It's 20, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this circle and revolve it around this vertical axis. So what should this dimension be? Half of that, right? So that dimension should be a 10. It's now fully constrained because it's constrained horizontally to my origin at a distance of 10 and a radius of 3.5. Everything is defined, so I'm going to click Finish Sketch. Okay. Now, instead of selecting Extrude, I'm going to select Revolve. Okay, I'm going to select the profile. Well, it automatically selected it because it's the only sketch there. Now I want to select the axis that I'm going to rotate about. So what I'm going to do that is I'm going to go over here and click on the plus sign next to the origin, and I'm going to come down, and there's the axis that I want, right? That's the axis that I want to revolve this circle around. So I'm going to select that axis, and it automatically does, notice right here under Extents, it does a full rotation. However, I want to specify a specific angle. What's the angle that I want to specify to get a handle? 180. Okay, so there's 180, a nice 180. It takes that circle, revolves it around that axis that I selected, which was a radius of 10 from that center of the circle, which now gives me a handle that has a distance of 20 millimeters from handle to from center to center on the circles. So I'm going to click OK, and just like that, a couple minutes, we've already got our handle. It's done. But we need the holes, the threaded holes on the bottom side of each of them to screw that handle on to the box top, correct? So I'm going to first start by bring that up here like that, okay? And I'm going to go to my hole command. I'm going to go to hole command. Typically speaking, we have placed holes linearly, meaning we identify the location of the hole with linear dimensions from two sides. Okay? I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be placing the hole on a circle. I'm going to placement what's called concentric. So with concentric selected, it's asking me first for the plane where I want my circle. I want it on this plane right here. And now it's asking me for the concentric reference. Concentric means same center. So I'm going to select the edge of this circle right here to identify that this circle is where I want my hole in the center of. I don't have to identify, distances from flat surfaces or anything like that, which is really nice. Now, isn't this hole supposed to be threaded? So I'm going to select the threaded option. And based on the drawing that you have, what is the thread type supposed to be? Yes, so I'm going to go to my metric profile. What size? Size 2, and a pitch of 0.4. Okay, great. And what's the depth on this?
2.
Depth of 2 millimeters. So 2 and 2. And I'm going to hit apply. And there it is. It's applied the threading there. Okay, at the center of that circle, right where we wanted it, and the right thread type. Okay, don't we want that same thing over here?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I can do really quickly, I could do a pattern, I could do a reflect, I could do a bunch of other things, but if I change pieces about this, I want the threads on this to follow wherever that circle goes. So I'm going to do another concentric. It's on this plane, and it's concentric to that circle. And everything else is already selected, the appropriate depth, the appropriate designation, and we're good to go. So I can hit apply again, and it puts that thread in. Now I'm going to close this, and I've got my 2 threaded holes at the center of each flat surface on my handle. I now have my handle finished. Got the handle with the dimensions that I want, with the threaded holes that are going to match up nicely with the top of the box.